Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Breaking down NFL Sunday Week 16. Check out our other shows. Man, spot on with the Rams Seahawks show. Got those teasers still alive in that as well. Now check out, we got Washington Philly breakdown along with Green Bay and Chicago Bears. Check out that show, those two games. We're going to focus on two games here. Before we get to Cowboys Chargers, going to touch on Falcons Cardinals, maybe a little bit of a hidden gem here. So let's hop right into it. First game with the Falcons and the Cardinals here. Now the Falcons, depending on where you shop, and again, this is why you always got to have multiple betting outlets. 3 or 3.5 is the line here. Now 63% of ticket count, 62% of the handle is on the Falcons. 37% of ticket count, 38% handle to the Arizona Cardinals. Now that total sets at 48.5, 60% of ticket count equaling 93% of the handle to the over, 40% of ticket count equaling 7% of the handle to the under. A lot of over money here. Now these two defenses, a shell of itself. Going to be really interesting to see what both of these two teams do at the head coaching position. The big one is Jonathan Gannon. Will they bring him back? The Cardinals, are they going to have Kyler Murray? What are they going to do there? So just a lot of questions. Falcons come into this 5-9 straight up, 6-7-1 ATS, 3-5 on the road, as to where the Arizona Cardinals 3-11 straight up, 6-8 ATS. They're just 1-6 at home. Now, the Falcons had that improbable win, as Kirk Thuggins, I call him, balled out last Thursday night in the comeback. But as we all know, my boy Kirk Thuggins, it's really hard for him to put two games back-to-back in a row. Now, the Cardinals, they've lost 6 straight, and the last 2 have gotten blown out by the Rams there and by the Texans. So it's been a tough road to hoe. If you look at scoring offense, scoring defense, home and away, Atlanta averaging 19.6 points per game on offense. Arizona averaging 22 points per game on offense. So about 2.7 points to the way of Arizona. Atlanta's defense, 11th best in the NFL on the road, giving up 22 points, as to where Arizona, 30th ranked defense, giving up 29.5. And so definitely the edge there to the Falcons. Atlanta just 2-7 their last 9. Now here's the thing. They went to the over 4 of their last 5 road games and 6 of their last 7 overall. But the month of December, whether Raheem Morris or whoever else has not fared well, they're just 5-10 their last 15 games in the month of December. And here's the stat head-to-head with the Cardinals. They are 0-5 the last 5 times they've played in Arizona. However, they're 10-5 versus the Cardinals over the last 15. Now, with Cardinals, we talked about it, 6-game losing streak, 1-5 ATS in that time. They've played to the over 5 straight games at home. They've played to the over 5 of their last 6 overall. 4 of the last 5 in the month of December have went over the total, but they're just 1-7 versus the NFC. But against the NFC South, over the last 9 games for the Cardinals, they're 7-2 ATS. So they have been able to get across there as far as covering goes. When I look at this game, I put the Cardinals, I got it at 3. I put them in 7-point teasers plus 10. I also put the Cardinals in a 10-pointer plus 13. If I had to bet the game on the pre-flop, it would be Cardinals or nothing. Listen, handicapping 101, this is very important. As even though Atlanta may have, Bijan and Kyle Pitts, Drake London, they have amazing weapons. And I think from a talent perspective, Atlanta's better. The reality is you can't lay points on the road with a team with a losing record. Like, how much better are the Falcons than the Cardinals? And the fact you're laying 3, 3.5, this should be a -1 or a pick. And I know a lot of people might be like, that's crazy talk. No, it's recency biased is what's happening. They had that comeback. If they had stayed down to the Bucs where they were at, this line would be a 1.5 point line. So when I look at that, I just look and say, okay, the Arizona Cardinals would be the play for sure. Click that like, hit subscribe. Second game I want to get into, and this is a big one. Obviously, Dallas eliminating themselves. It was 2.5. We're down to 1.5 here on Friday morning. Your over-under sets 49.5. Now, Justin Herbert battling through some stuff there with the hand, but they are getting Hampton back in the backfield, so that should help out to take some pressure off of Herbert. 49.5 is the total, 70% of ticket count, 78% of the handle to the over, 30% of ticket count, 22% of the handle to the under on this one. Now, the Chargers are, again, 65% ticket count, equaling 44% of the handle, 35% of ticket count, equaling 56% of the handle. Going to the Dallas Cowboys will be really interesting to see how the Cowboys respond in this one against the Chargers. And the Chargers, they're still fighting for their playoff lives, in a good spot right now, but obviously can't afford over these last 3 weeks to get tripped up. Chargers 10-4 straight up, 7-6-1 ATS, and they're 4-2 on the road. Harbaugh's did a phenomenal job turning this franchise around. Cowboys 6-7-1 straight up, 7-7 against the number, 4-2-1 their last 7 games at home. Now, 3-game winning streak for the Chargers, knocking off the Raiders, the Eagles, and the Chiefs. And they've won 6 of their last 7. They only lost that drumming to Jacksonville, who they just can't seem to get things right with the Jags. Back-to-back losses that has costed Dallas everything. At Detroit, lost by 14. We gave out Detroit that game. And then Monday night, I had it called wrong. I actually said lay the points with Dallas, and Minnesota ends up winning that game by 8. These two teams played last in 2023. In LA, Dallas won that game 20-17 over the Chargers. If you look at scoring offense and defense, right now, Chargers offense on the road ranked 24th in the NFL, 19.3 points per game. Nothing to write home about, as to where at home, Dallas, the third best offense, 31.7 points per game. One thing you can say is this offense has been absolutely legit for Dallas all year long. Chargers 8th best defense on the road, 20.8 points per game is what they're giving up, as to where Dallas second to last in the National Football League. You know, they had that one good week when it got people healthy and got the guys in trades. It was like a thing, Dallas' defense is going to get so much better, and it just never happened. They're giving up 29.86 points per game. As I said, a lot of buyback now in the market. 65% ticket count equaling 44% of the handle, as the Chargers are a 1.5-point favorite. Now, I gave out on the teaser show, and I played it earlier in the week, had a 6-point teaser, had the Chargers plus 8.5. You could take them in a 6-pointer still plus 7.5, or a 7-pointer, getting them to 8.5. I think teasing the Chargers up here is the way to go. But I will say, with the line drop, and then the money line has really dropped here. You can get Dallas as cheap as -$1.25. I'm going to lay that with the Dallas Cowboys. Look, Dallas loses games they're supposed to win, a la Minnesota, and wins games they're supposed to lose, a la the Chargers. That's just what Dallas does. And listen, Harbaugh's did a phenomenal job with this Charger team. I think they're live in the playoffs, but the reality is this is kind of a weird spot for them. And Herbert's a little bit banged up. I don't think it's a pretty one. I think you're going to have to sweat this one out. But Dallas on the money line is going to be the play for me. Click that like, hit subscribe. Break the Board Sports, where we give you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you win your bet. God bless and happy handicapping.